It's K Area. It's DJ Peter Lowe here in the mix. No, it's a podcast. I'm joined here by
freaky.
yeah, that's right. And those I don't even know what the technical term is, but those squeaks. That's our special guest for this episode. It's DJ Emergency. What's up?
What's up?
All right, and we're also, of course, joined by our recurring host, Supermatic.
What's up?
And Nurse Joyce.
Hello there.
All right, so we've got a special show for you today. So take it away, Supermatic.
That's right. We are going to be doing some Daybach or Nots for you. We got not one, but two this week. Got7's Hard Carry, hey! And taking a look at the latest from Crayon Pop as well. We are going to be interviewing our amazing special guest, DJ Emergency. We'll be playing another segment of Do You Know Kpop? Emergency will be our special player. And we'll be taking a look at more K-popularities and controversies. We've got a wonderful treasure find to share with all you fine folks. And we will be recapping our poll from last week. So let's take it away. DJ Peter Lowe.
What's the thing you're obsessed with these days?
K-pop.
What is this, Korean pop music?
The Korean wave?
It's the K-wave, and it's washed over Asia for the last few years.
It's the best thing you've ever seen.
The girls' generation!
A wave of supergroups with infectious hooks.
I'm really impressed. I'm speechless, really.
It's a global phenomenon.
사슴같이 예쁜 hun 나의 princess 나를 보고 비웃는 게 너무 시크해 모두 날 보게 너 지금부터 잘 지켜봐
So welcome, DJ Emergency, for joining us here on K Area. For those of you who don't know, DJ Emergency, he's a K-pop and Jpop DJ and remixer. It's funny because we were doing, Supermatic and we were doing another show a few weeks ago, and we played one of the DJ Emergency remixes. And the listener at the time said, oh, hey, this is a really good remix. It's remixed, but it's not overly produced. And I think that's a good way to describe DJ Emergency. So DJ Emergency, who are your major influences? And what inspires you to do what you do?
I have a lot of major influences. I like DJ Ferry, DJ Amaya. I also enjoy like Zed. If you ever heard of Zed,
Hey,
makes
Zed.
some good music. Also, Ice Cream influences me. K-Bit Crush.
Yeah.
He's upcoming, and he influences me a lot, especially like he does a lot of melodies and stuff. So, yeah.
It's funny listening to your answer there, DJ Emergency. I'm kind of surprised by. I know a lot of these K-pop remixers, but you guys are all kind of influencing each other, it seems. It's like, and I love following each of you and seeing what each of you are up to and how you're taking a new creative spin on all the new K-pop songs that keep coming out.
Yeah.
So what brought you into remixing, DJing, and K-pop?
DJing, I've been doing it since I was young. So my uncle got me into DJing because he was a DJ. Getting into remixes is another thing I just started doing on the side. And my ex actually got me into K-pop, and that's how I started with K-pop, with 21, Girls' Generation, Wonder Girls.
The Hallyu Wave.
Yeah, a lot of
09 through 11 Hallyu Wave.
Big Bang. So that's what got me into K-pop. And then I heard DJ Amaya doing remixes. So I was like, if he can do it, I can do it too. So
hey, for sure.
And he's a genius with that. And Ice Cream, of course, I love her remixes. So I started doing remixes along with him.
That's awesome. And Supermatic and I, we hella know DJ Maya. We know him on a more personal level. I think
he's a homie.
So props to him as well. So DJ Emergency, for our listeners who are like, what? There is such a thing as a K-pop remix? What would you tell these listeners? Like, why do they need to listen to K-pop remixes? What's in it for them?
Well, you get a different feel to the songs. And, if you like that club sounding music, that gives that thump, 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 just go ahead and tune in. There's a lot of different styles out there for remixes. And, definitely I would say check out some of what Ice Cream's doing. Plus, Aria Creation's doing massive amounts of remixes, and I've done some remixes with them. So, I think you'd enjoy them, definitely.
Yep. Yeah, I think all those places are great. And of course, check out DJ Emergency. One thing on Aria Creations, I'm supporting them on Patreon, so it's another label, I think, for K-pop remixes. So DJ Emergency, what advice would you give to other K-pop fans who might like to try, breaking into the business of remixing K-pop songs or even DJing K-pop?
I would say study different types of music that's out there, especially EDM. See what everybody else is doing, and then try to make your own style out of it. Find a great DAW, whether it's Logic Pro X, that's what I use. FL Studio, Ice Cream uses that, and then Piano Solomon is another remixer that I'm cool with, and he uses Ableton. So just grab that, get some good plugins, and start going at it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, DJ Emergency. Let's take it into what you think of what's currently trending in K-pop now.
And thank you for having me.
Hard carry head.
And it's K area, and every week we always take a look at Daebak or Not, or rather a new song that comes out that week. So for this week, it was impossible not to discuss it, not to cover it, and that song is Got7's Hard Carry.
Woo!
All right, so Supermatic, I think we've all seen this music video a few times, but how would you describe it to someone who hasn't seen it before?
All right, so Hard Carry is the title track off of Got7's comeback, which is Flight Log Turbulence, which is actually the second installment of their, I'm guessing it's going to be a Flight Log trilogy, because this is the follow-up to Departure.
And Turbulence!
Yep, so Flight Log Turbulence, and the music video, apparently it looks like it takes place starting in the remnants of a plane crash, which makes sense because they were on a flight that experienced turbulence. And we just get a lot of really dope choreography. It's Got7 slang, as they always do. But then we also have some random interspersed scenes of like white aesthetics, a parakeet in a cage, a bird cage. We've got boxes. Boxes seem to be pretty popular in K-pop,
That's how you know you're in K-pop.
Yeah, you put the idol in a box.
Yeah, it's mostly a pretty straightforward music video. Apparently, one of them gets trapped in the box, and the other members of Got7, I guess they decide that he's their hard carry, so they need to rescue him.
Maybe it's some sort of bromance.
Probably.
Yeah. So, recapping really quick, if this is your first time tuning into our show, Daebak or Not is a segment where we review the song in terms of, one, what we thought of the song. We give it a 1 to 5 score. We also discuss what we thought of the concept, so that includes the visuals, the theme, the dance, whatnot. We give that also a 1 to 5 score, 5 being highest. And lastly, we give it an overall score, whether we thought it was Daebak or not. So I'd like to bring DJ Emergency into this. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, DJ Emergency.
Oh, no problem, man.
Yeah. It's great to have you here. So what did you think of the audio of Got7's Hard Carry?
That beat is banging. It's really good. It's really good. The video's pretty nice too, especially some of the parts where he's like, holding that thing and speaking into it. That what is that thing? That air thing that you put to your mouth?
The oxygen mask.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But I'd give it about a 4.
A 4 for the audio?
For the audio? Yeah. The audio is about a 4. The music video, I'd give it about the same, about a 4.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty decent. It's pretty good.
Awesome. Thanks, DJ Emergency. What did you think of the audio Supermatic?
All right. This track is amazing. From the heavy electronics and the synths to just that awesome hook, like hard carry. Hey, the lyrics. Of course, maybe I'm a little biased because I am a gamer too, as well as you are.
Yeah.
And we know what hard carry means in terms of gaming. But yeah, I really like it. It's definitely one of those that I can see like in a club. Like even if you don't necessarily know the choreography, if this comes on, you're gonna want to dance to it. Like just freaking keep on moving. It's a really enjoyable track, and definitely just one I will be bumping probably for the rest of the year, maybe even into 2017. Got7 has come out strong and hard, like just going buck.
Yep.
So going along with that, my score would be a really solid 4 actually for the audio.
A 4. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's take it away, Nurse Joyce.
I would actually... I'm a little bit lower on the end, just because it sounds so much like BTS's Fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's catchy. It's a fun dance song. I don't feel like it's particularly memorable, and I don't think it's really. I thought it was just interesting because it was not really on brand for what I usually think of when I think of Got7.
Yeah.
When I think Got7, I think of more lighthearted pop, and then they were like, we're pretend BTS. So for me, it seemed a little knockoff, and the beat to me sounded very similar, just like the synthiness sounds so similar to like the sort of punchiness of Fire from BTS. So, I mean, it's fun to jam to, but I wouldn't say it's their best work, and it was kind of random for them.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good song. Oh, what was your overall score?
I gave it a 3.
3. Yeah, it's a good song, but one that's familiar, and I forget who said this. That's actually ripping from another headline. Some other K-pop reviewer out there said that. But I like it for its audio, but to Nurse Joyce's point, I know other podcasters have said this, it's like BTS. In fact, if I mix them together, it's like, oh, well, you could end the chorus of this and do the verse of BTS's Fire, and it would be like the same song.
Pretty much.
Yeah, although I think BTS delivered on that same concept, that same song, a little better than Got7, in my opinion. But I think the song is dope, and not BTS kind of dope. Got7 dope. So I would give it a 4 because I really like the song, and this is a song is bumping. I'm going to be playing it. I'm going to be spinning in my set. So yeah, it's a hard carry. What
Makes
Matt
me
was
want to change my score.
Yeah. What would you change it to, DJ Emergency?
Yeah, I would say I'd bump it down to 3 because it's not like rememberable. Like it's not something that I feel that's gonna like be lasting like a long time, like something like I would say like Girls' Generation, their song, that one song that they did recently, well, a couple months ago, was something memorable, but this isn't as memorable as that.
Yeah.
What song are you talking about?
The Girls' Generation song Lionheart.
Oh yeah, I
That's
like
something
Lionheart.
that would last for a long time.
Yeah.
But this is the Got7.
It's
Hard
easily
Carry
forgettable.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, maybe it's just me then.
I'm going to remember it for its gamer references. So for those of you who don't know, to be a hard carry means to like making up for a player who, isn't doing as well. So you've got to carry him or even carry your team. It could be the rest of your team who's not doing well. So you're carrying them. And if you look at the lyrics of the song, like it almost seems like they intentionally or like unintentionally are referencing that. It's like, oh, I've got to make up for you. And it's like, oh, we're going to get back into this. It's like, okay, we screwed up. It's okay, but we can get back in the game. We're going to get back in the game, get back on board. So yeah, so again, 4 for me for audio, because I thought it was still a grooving jam. Although it is forgettable, I'm going to play it and I'm going to rock out to it. So the concept, DJ Emergency, what did you think of the concept?
I thought the concept was pretty cool. Like I was saying, is I like that he took the oxygen mask and kind of like made it like a mic at that one part.
Yeah.
The dancing is really good. I would say the concept itself is about a 4. I like the dancing definitely.
Yep.
In it.
Yeah, it's all dancing. Okay, we've got our resident K-pop dancer here, Supermatic. What did you think of the concept?
All right, I actually was going back and forth on this because there are parts of the concept that I liked, but then parts of it that I felt probably could have been a little better, or as you were referencing earlier with the audio, it's a little familiar. Like when I first saw the MV, I got flashes of Big Bang's Bang Bang Bang, as well as like a little bit of Blackpink's Whistle, as far as aesthetically. I get what they're going for though, because it's a title track off of like their album and their whole concept of the album, which is like Flight, right? So if you notice in the MV at the start, the background is their plane that they were on and it crashed. And I guess all 7 of them were lucky enough to survive. Turbulence. Yeah, but luckily, fortunately, I guess in the world of K-pop, the idols always survive, or well, at least the group all survive together.
Yeah, they're not even dirty.
Yeah, right.
Oh, they've got ripped jeans though.
Oh yeah, but very clean ripped jeans. Okay.
Yeah.
I looked into it, and there is supposed to be, I guess, an overarching story because they showed a trailer for Flight Log Turbulence, which shows that Junior, actually, he's the only one sitting down, and there's a flight attendant who forces the oxygen mask on him and whatnot, whereas all the other members of Got7 are like standing up, they're not buckled in. It's like, well, even though the flight hit turbulence, Junior's the only one freaking out.
And
he's
is he the one inside the...
Yeah, so that leads into him being the one trapped in the water. So fans have been speculating if there's supposed to be like some sort of concept here of like maybe Junior is hallucinating or imagining some sort of like nightmare scenario, whereas the other members have to like hard carry him out of that. Like he's trapped in his own mind and the other members have to break him out of it.
Hey.
Yep.
They swim in, they all grab him.
Because the other thing too is that this is following up on their last successful track, which was Fly. And in Fly, Junior was the one who supposedly was watching everyone else. Like all of them randomly flying. So there probably is an overarching theme. I like the continuation that they do where after the other members dive in and they rescue Junior, that all like after they rescue Junior out of the box, or well, he's in the box first and then he seems to like sink into an actual ocean. The members dive in and they save him, and then all of a sudden they go into a dance number, but while they're dancing, you notice that they're drenched as if they just got out of the water. So they carried over a little bit of that continuation. And a fun fact too about the dancing that I found out, part of the choreo was developed by a really popular dance group from here in the States called the Kinjas.
And I think you know the Kinjas. If I am not mistaken, I believe you saw someone.
I actually, this past Monday, I went to a workshop called Monday Night Workshop, and the guy teaching this week was Anthony Lee, who's one of the founding members of the Kinjas.
Oh, what's up?
And I actually got to talk to him after the workshop. I asked him, were you or do you know any of your other fellow Kinjas who helped out with Got7's Hard Carry? And he said he doesn't actually know, because the Kinjas actually have a roster of pretty much 30 guys in total. So any of them could have been the ones to go over and help out Got7 with this choreo, which personally, as a dancer myself, I really like too. So overall, the concept, I would probably give another solid 4 as well, just because I really like the dancing. The aesthetics, while they are familiar, I still I like how it fits with the theme that they've hit, Turbulence. And even though it's not typically what you would expect of Got7, I give them respect for going for something that is not usually them.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good score. That's cool though that you know someone who knows someone who did the choreo for this dance. Wow. Okay, so Supermatic, what do you think of the concept? Or Supermatic. I'm sorry. I said Supermatic, and I'm looking at Nurse Joyce, and I said Supermatic. So
Yeah.
Nurse Joyce, what did you think of the concept?
I know we look alike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Nurse Joyce is main visual.
I am main visual.
In this Kpop group.
Though
She's
I
our
think.
hard carry.
Hey.
I am the hard carry because I'm the one getting it all screwed up. So, yeah. Okay. Nurse Joyce.
Okay, for me, I thought it was all like a little too familiar.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of ripping off all the more recent music videos we've seen.
Yeah.
So I would only give it a 2. I mean, it really reminded me of Blackpink's Whistle. They had the whole levitating thing, except I think Blackpink did it better. They had the fire thing like BTS did with fire, but BTS did it better. Even like the wreckage and stuff.
Harsh critic.
I know. But
She keeps it real for us.
I mean, even like the wreckage, the buried sort of Jeeps and stuff, wasn't that the same thing in Blackpink's Whistle? They buried Jeeps in sand. And I mean, these guys are they're supposed to be all rough and tumble. They're too clean. They need some dirt on their face. If they've been in a wreck, they're wandering through an ambulance, there is no blood. They are so fine. It is like
it's so fine.
not in the. Well, I mean, they're just so clean. It's just like it's like nothing happened to them, and then they're like this poor parakeet that they keep showing. It's like the parakeet's actually, if he's trying to like reach out to the parakeet, and the parakeet's sitting at the bottom of the cage, scooting away from him, going, "What are you doing?" So. I don't know. I just feel like this is all stuff we've seen in other music videos, but done better in other music videos. And they just tried to rip it off. And the whole water tank thing was a little random. And I think they're trying to be edgy with that, but he's like wearing a gingham shirt and a vest. Like, it's so hipster. Like, it's not edgy to me. It's a kid wearing a gingham shirt. So, and it's random, and it doesn't really make sense, and it doesn't flow with me. It's not edgy. I don't know, if you're going to go with fire and burning and wreckage, stay with the theme. But then they were like, let's throw water in it. Why? I don't get it. No, just not my favorite.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Well, keeping it real, Nurse Joyce, for us. And
what do you think, Peter?
And it's
She's
so good that
definitely
you have
gangster
you,
on that
because
critic.
otherwise we'd all be so supportive. And Nurse Joyce is like, no, it sucks.
She's definitely gangster with that critic level.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
The most, yeah.
I mean, it's not that I don't love Got7. They're adorable little boys. It's hard. I want them to be more unique, I guess, and it's easier for me to remember who they are when they're more unique from the other groups, and when they try to mimic another group, it confuses me. I'm just like, is that BTS? 'Cause the first time I watched the video, I was like, oh, that's BTS, and it's like, no, that's Got7. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah. No, you could have fooled me. So yeah, I am also leaning toward Nurse Joyce more on this. To her original point that, you know, it's good, but other groups have done it better. And I like the song a lot more than I like the concept. And I think the story is too contrived. Is that the right word? I don't know. It feels like it's not clear enough.
Yeah.
And without much background. So
should have simplified it.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it a 2.9999999 repeating, of course. I don't know.
Round it up to a 3.
Okay, we'll go with 3. All right, so Daebak or not, DJ Emergency.
Daebak.
Daebak. Okay, Supermatic?
Daebak.
Daebak, there's choice.
Not.
Oh, that's like the first not that we've had in a long time.
I know,
for Daebak
but
or not.
these kids just didn't. It was just because they tried to mimic someone and everybody else did it better.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. All right. And I'm going to go with Daebak. Sorry. I mean, it's not enough for me to say that it fails the class. It's not I still give it a pass. So it's still pretty Daebak because I'm going to be bumping to this song. All right. So that's it for Got7 Hard Carry. 3 Daebaks, 1 not.
I'm special like that.
We hit Terminus!
So we couldn't just do one Daebak or not for this episode. We also had to take a look at, I think it was funny. So Tina Zhu from another Kpop podcast, she called them the original helmet Kpop girls. It's a Crayon Pop and their song Dudum Cheat.
Cheat.
Dudum
Cheat.
So, looking for those of you who don't know, Crayon Pop. It starts off with them taking like a lesson in terms of like learning, I think, how to speak English or something. I'm not sure because they spell things out in English, and then they learn how to do a really fun cat dance. They find a cat, a fantastic MVP cat puppet.
Yes.
And they manage to capture the cat puppet, and the cat puppet turns into a life-size cat puppet playing none other than the saxophone. I think it's pretty awesome, but let's each give it a review. So in terms of the audio of this Crayon Pop song, Do Doom Cheat, DJ Emergency, what did you think of the audio for this song?
It kind of reminds me of like the mellow DJ Fairy style stuff.
Yep.
And DJ Fairy does his thing. But I enjoy the music. But I find it kind of awkward because I'm used to hearing Crayon Pop doing their thing with like bar, FM, that type of style of music, which is like reminds me of a mix between J-pop and K-pop. So it's like a fusion of both worlds that I enjoy listening to. So I would give it like I'd say I'd give it like about a 3.5 maybe.
Okay.
On the sound. So, but I'm just so used to their bar and FM style that they had going on that it's just different with this one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what would you give it, Supermatic?
All right. So I admittedly haven't listened to the song too much. I only started listening to it when I found out we'd be doing it for Daebak or not along for this episode. So I've probably only listened to a grand total of like maybe 3 or 4 times. And I have to say that so far, nothing really has stuck out to me as super memorable about it, aside from maybe just the vocal sample of all the girls repeating "Do Doom Cheat." And then maybe that saxophone. I mean, it was hard not to pay attention to the saxophone, but then again, maybe that was helped by the video with the cat playing it. So if there's a cat in the video playing a saxophone, then maybe there should be a saxophone in the song too.
Yeah.
But aside from that, nothing else really made an impression on me. I really can't remember much else of what the song sounds like. So with that in mind, I have to be a little harsh and give it a 2.5.
Harsh there.
See?
Yes, definitely harsh. Yeah, out to this degree, it's not that memorable. But to me, the beat and everything sounds hot to me.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, Nurse Joyce, we need we have a medical emergency here for Sorry. We're getting burned pretty bad here.
Oh yeah. I would actually disagree, guys. I thought it was quite memorable. And I would say it's mostly because of the saxophone hook.
Yeah,
And
I was going to say that.
Peter found this, what was it, saxophone meme?
Epic sax guy.
Epic sax guy. It was like this guy who was on Eurovision, the competition, and he was like really going at it with the sax, and it's almost the same hook. So it's been stuck in my head most of the day, and it cracks me up especially when I think about the cat. And the girls, I thought it was really catchy, and I thought it was kind of like on brand for Crayon Pop. So I enjoyed it, and I would give it a 4.
Ooh, 4. Okay, so this is DJ Pilo, and I put it right up there with great classics like Careless Whisper.
I'm never gonna dance again.
Yeah, just right up there. As well as Epic Sax Guy. And I think this can join the pantheon of the greats. So I liked it a lot against what you, Supermatic, and DJ Emergent State. And I hate to agree with Nurse Joyce. I do think that she kind of influences me. But
sometimes
saxophone, man, it's a tight hook, and that's what I'll remember it for. And I guess when you mentioned the doom chi, like I do hear that, but more than anything, it's that saxophone. I get what you're saying, DJ Emergency, that it's kind of really similar, like a softcore version of DJ Fairy. But you know, in terms of energy, from like 1 to 10, like 10 being highest, I think this is more like a 7, whereas DJ Fairy is usually like a 10 for his production. So I thought it was on style, on brand for Crayon Pop, and I understand that they're trying to deviate away from the bar, but I'm gonna play this whether people like it or not. Awesome saxophone in my DJ sets, so I am also going to give it a 4 for audio. What did you think of the concept, DJ Emergency?
The concept, I thought the concept, the video was pretty professional, but it was to me it seemed like a little generic. Because it's like I've seen those colors before in like other K-pop music videos, and like the way it's set up, it just reminds me of stuff I've already seen previously. So I'd give it about maybe like a 2.5, to be honest. And of course, like I was saying, it's not like another FM or another bar. So yeah.
You're telling me that you've seen other cat saxophones?
No, I haven't seen other cat saxophones, but I've seen the same colors in some videos before.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Concept Supermatic.
Okay, concept-wise, I'll admit, I give the girls of Crayon Pop a little more favor and credit here. I do remember, before I forget, that I read an interview with them not too long ago where they said they're actually doing their best to move away from the whole helmets and bar concept, because they acknowledge that's been their most successful period so far, but they want to be known for more than just that. So keeping that in mind with this MV, I give them credit for being ambitious and aiming for something that seems to not be what people expect of Crayon Pop. It's a cutely goofy video. Again, we've all been talking about the cat imagery in the video. They have a cat emoji on the board. They have that that little puppet, that Tabby, I think is what Nurse Joyce called it. That little Tabby cat. That's pretty cute. I'll admit, he's probably the MVP of this video, like the bear was from Dancing King.
Yeah.
I actually just caught something in the start of the video that I think is kind of clever. They have like a total of 6 designated areas where all the girls are like going through different activities, and they're all missing a letter. And when they spell it out to complete each room, it spells out Crayon, which is crayon, as in Crayon Pop. So that's actually pretty clever. It's like they're introducing themselves. And then, of course, they have the cat dance with like all their arms extended out in a diagonal. I'm guessing they're trying to make that part of the whole viral goal of this. They want people to do this dance, which admittedly seems like silly, but at the same time fun enough that people will want to do this at parties. Maybe at the ones that you play it at, Peter.
You know, I'd be so stoked. Just broke out in unison for this, song.
So with all of that in mind, again, like I said, I'm cutting the girls a little more slack here because the music video actually was memorable to me, which is funny because I remember the video, but I don't remember much of the song itself. So with that in mind, my score for them is actually a little nicer. I'm going to give them like a 3.25, which is 3 1/4 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah. Not bad. But so. Okay. Nurse Joyce?
I really liked it, and I would probably give it a 4 actually, because Saxophone Cat.
Saxophone Cat.
I think I have a soft spot for puppets because just like in EXO's Dancing King, they had that like ridiculous little pink bear that just like popped up everywhere. The Saxophone Cat kind of does that. He's kind of like the Pied Piper, and the girls kind of like follow and chase him. But I kind of appreciate that they're trying to be, I guess, less. I guess with Bar Bar Bar, they were very childish, in my opinion. Like they're trying to be, I guess, a little sexier now. I think they've had a little work done on their faces and maybe other places.
K-pop, Nurse Joyce. You forget that it's K-pop.
Yeah, but before they were like all about we are kind of weird, and now they're like we're pretty too and weird. So, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute. The girls look stunning. The outfits are cute, and also I love the cat. So, 4 it is.
4. Okay, DJ Pilo, and I say Saxophone Cat, guys. It's all about the Saxophone Cat. If there's one thing you should take away from this Daybach or Not review of Kpop, it's Saxophone Cat. Saxophone Cat. I don't like Saxophone Cat when it becomes life size. That I'm a little.
That was weird.
Yeah,
a little too furry.
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 Well, I mean, if that floats your boat.
I mean, I guess there's a little bit for everyone. I'm more into the puppets.
Yeah, puppets.
I guess I like it.
You like puppets?
I like the hands more, I guess.
Okay.
But it makes you want to beat up the big one like the Tahiti music video.
Oh yeah. So, I love how goofy it is. Like it's Crayon Pop style to be goofy. I think it's still on Crayon Pop brand, doing a dance that's kind of goofy and silly. I like the outfits; they're quirky. It's like retro, weird, and
there's
it's
a
all
lot
the
of
same.
mustard, which I know is like your favorite color.
I do love mustard-colored things. But one thing I also want to point out, and I've been saying this for a couple of music videos now, is that the framing, guys. Like once you see it, you can't unsee it. So the frames, if you pay attention, there's it goes into a letterbox where it has white frames on the top and bottom. It'll go into a square, so sometimes they'll have like frames on the right and the left.
And I did not even notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
Well, that's because it's a high production K-pop video, and I'm sure it means something having those frames there. So I like it. Is it super amazing? If it didn't have that Saxophone Cat, I wouldn't score it highly. I think this is forgettable if it didn't have Saxophone Cat. But because it has Saxophone Cat, I'm gonna give it a 3.5. So Daybach or Not, DJ Emergency.
Well, the beat is pretty hot. I'd still give it a Daybach.
Daybach. All right, Supermatic.
All right, so a big thing for me when it comes to Daebak or not, when it comes to whatever we view on this show, is that both the song and the concept or video have to be memorable enough to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make history here on K Area and give my first ever not.
Ouch.
I'm sorry. Like the concept by itself is not enough to save it as being a Daebak for me. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well, for followers, our listeners who agree with your who like how you review, they now know not to get into the song. Okay, first choice.
Knockout.
I'm gonna give, of course, Daebak because it really
Daebak.
Reinvigorated my appreciation for the saxophone. So, yeah, I liked it. Daebak it is.
Yep. And when a song comes close to being as great as Careless Whisper or epic saxophone guy, it's got to be Daebak. So this song is Daebak for me. That's it for this section of Daebak or Not. It's time now for DJ Emergency. Do you know K-pop?
No.
Ooh,
I don't know anything.
Okay. Is Emergency going to enter the hot seat?
Yeah, let's bring you. So usually, as we've done in the past, Supermatic is our resident K-pop expert, and he's like the host, so to speak, of our Do You Know K-pop quiz. I think in this case of Wait, Don't Tell Me, aka Do You Know K-pop, Nurse Joyce and I will be the playful banter in DJ Emergency. We'll see how much you know. So kicking it off, question 1.
All right, Emergency, are you ready?
No, I'm never ready for this.
Well, too bad, because here comes the question anyway. All right, so first question. Which of the following is not an actual real K-pop group? Is it A, Red Velvet, B, CN Blue, C, Violet Eyes, D, Orange Caramel, or E, Black Pink?
Well, I never heard of Violet Eyes before, so it's C. C's definitely not part of that mix of others that are great.
So is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right. And drum roll. Who needs a drum roll? We know it. He's right.
Yeah.
Good job, DJ Emergency.
Too easy. Easy. We gotta give him something harder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's a loss. That's a for the people who came up with that question, which is
AKA us.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. We should have been a better job at just.
We tried to come up with an option that sounded plausible enough to be a K-pop group, but was not existent.
Yeah.
All right. So
nice try.
All right. Then I guess moving on to the next question. DJ Emergency, here we go. Which of the following are not actual song lyrics in the realm of K-pop? Is it A, Doom Da Da Doom Da? Is it B, Ooey Ooey? Is it C, More Puta Bakukaji? Is it D, We the Leaders, We Ain't the Cheerleaders? Is it E, Rambo? Is it F, Shawty I'ma party all night till the sun go down? Or is it G, Never Don't Mind About a Thing?
E.
Never.
What kind of lyric is that?
Wait, so you're going with We the Leaders, We Ain't the Cheerleaders?
Yes, I'm gonna take a guess. Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
You said E, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
so you're locking in E as your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, and drum roll. He is correct.
Oh, man.
Wow.
There's no fooling you, DJ Emergency. We really tried hard on that. We thought we could get you. That cheerleaders thing is actually a slight variation on the song Leaders by CL and G-Dragon, and that's where CL actually infamously rhymes leaders with the word leaders. I'm not hating on Queen CL. I'm actually seeing her, but
yeah, we all are.
Yeah, we got tickets.
Woohoo!
Yeah, but those are all those other songs. Yeah, they sound ridiculous, and they're real songs. Actually, one of them is actually a very popular lyric not just for one song,
Oh.
but for many songs.
Yep. So a lot of songs have lyrics where they like to talk about someone being something from head to toe, aka Moributo Bakikaji. You could find it in almost any K-pop song, including Crayon Pop's latest hit we just reviewed, Do Doom Cheat.
Yeah, a YouTube video was released recently, a compilation of like all these different K-pop songs, which is that some lyrics.
I was kind of surprised because I think the earliest video that I saw in that, or the first video, because they did it in order of release, was 4 minutes Hot Issue. And they actually say it in the hook, which I never realized. They say, Moributo Bakikaji Hot Issue. So I was like, oh my god, it's been everywhere. Alright, so moving on to our next question, Emergency. Feeling confident since you're 2 for 2 so far?
Okay, let's see what you got.
Alright.
Hit me.
Which of the following idol groups has not had their own show? And by definition, what we mean with own show is a documentary or a reality show that follows them up to the release of an album or a single. So, is it A, Twice, B, Red Velvet, C, Got7, or D, IOI?
IOI.
So you're going with option D, IOI? Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right, and the drum roll clicks in. First one wrong.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, IOI actually had a reality show leading up to their very first album, which was called Stand By IOI. The correct answer actually was Red Velvet. Surprisingly, for as successful as they've been, they have not had their own documentary-style show following them and their activities.
Damn.
We just discovered the Got7 one on Netflix,
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
It popped up on Netflix yesterday. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to be tuning in for Got7.
I think JYP is like capitalizing on all those groups. They all need a TV show.
Right? Connect them more with the...
JYP!
All right, let's see if you can get a more positive winning ratio here, DJ Emergency, with your last question. So, which of the following K-pop rappers just recently announced their U.S. tour? Is it A, G-Dragon, B, Zico, C, CL, D, Jesse, or E, Yezi?
It has to be CL. Because CL just released the American album, right? I mean, American track recently, or English track recently. So I'm guessing her.
Is that your final answer? Option C, CL?
Yes.
And the drum roll kicks in. Ding, ding, ding. DJ Emergency is correct. It is, in fact, CL.
You know, DJ Emergency, I think you're, you actually know K-pop.
Yeah.
I think you're being a little modest, man.
Those are actually pretty easy questions. Like
Okay.
if you ask me like certain member names, I'll be like, forget that.
Oh.
We don't know them either.
Well,
Okay.
we're in the same boat for you on that. Yeah, on CL, we're actually seeing her. We've seen the Queen, CL, here in San Francisco.
Yep, she's coming to SF in November.
Yeah. So,
That's awesome.
yep.
All right, well, good job, DJ Emergency. Final score is 3 correct out of 4. So you've got
Good
a positive
job.
75% winning ratio.
Do I win a prize? Where's my prize?
You get the gratitude of getting 3 out of 4. So, so
Wah, wah.
You get K-pop knowledge street cred. How about that?
Yeah, because everyone strives for that.
That's cool.
okay, so that was it for Do You Know K-pop? He does know K-pop. So what's going on in the world of K-popularities and controversies? So Nurse Joyce, I know you wanted to discuss it for this show. There was a music video that came out that was sponsored by Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, so it's a song called So Busy, and it's I thought it was interesting that they kind of commissioned this song. It's by this rapper Kitty B and Jace, and she also I think there's some other people involved. There's like several people listed. I think it was like DJ Juice and Kanto or something.
Like probably the producers.
Yes, I think Kanto's another rapper though. But what I appreciate about the song was they specifically was like, it's a song designed to for young women from the ages of 25 to 35. And I mean, you listen to the song, it's a fun song. If you don't know Korean, you wouldn't really appreciate it. And luckily they have the closed captioning on there. And what it made me really appreciate as a young career woman was this song is about like how tough it is to be working as a young woman, having to be hit on by your boss, having to like deal with like all the sort of patriarchal society that we live in. And I don't think there's any other K-pop songs that really even kind of address that.
Yeah, at least not in that way, or not as directly.
I feel like in the U.S. at least there are some songs where there's topics of like strong independent women who pay their own bills.
Right.
I don't feel like any of the other K-pop groups really discuss this. The closest thing I can think of is 2NE1, but it's just like, oh, I'm awesome. That's all they really kind of go into.
Right.
It's not like, hey, I'm actually trying to pay the bills, people.
Yeah.
So, can you guys think of anything that would even be kind of comparable into like addressing this kind of topic in K-pop?
Really.
I mean, I think Brown Eyed Girls kind of, sort of, in that it's empowering, but it's not directly facing or articulating the problems faced by being female in Korea. And I think this is being female in Korea today. And I think this music video, So Busy, very directly addresses them.
I mean, I think there's the rest of the K-pop videos you see are just like girls being pretty, not doing much, or being very bad at their jobs. I think AOA cannot perform anything correctly. I mean, every music video they're like doing something terribly. But like, I think this video, it's very simple. It's just them recording the song. And then I think
kind of like, standing.
Yeah, they're like rapping and like kind of modeling a little bit, doing a photo shoot or something. And in a way, I guess for the rappers, these girls, it's actually their job. And that's what they live for. And they don't really, they complain about, like, the song complains that they can't take a break. They can't date anybody. I just want to go home and eat dinner at home.
Yeah, it's like one of the lyrics is like, I don't want to go to your stupid like company.
Yeah.
Company party, drink your drinks, or
yeah, I just want to have a life, and I don't need you to tell me like start bugging me with questions because I'm wearing something tight for once. I mean, I don't think there's anything that really kind of addresses that. I think in America, at least, there's like Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 or something. There's more like some recognition of young women like trying to make it in the world. It's not just love ballads. And I feel like in America, at least, there's songs from like Destiny Child and Beyonce, which are very pro woman, I guess. And you just don't get that from K-pop.
Not as much. Yeah.
So maybe they're moving more towards it.
Yeah. Another interesting thing I just want to point out about this song, So Busy, is that, they ask these very patriarchal questions, right? Which it asks, like, when are you getting married? What does your boyfriend do? And I think, maybe it's unfair for me to say, but it almost feels like this is a character. This is what being female in Korea you have to put up with.
I think being a female anywhere, you have to put up with that. I mean, even like where I've worked before, it's like you get hit on or stuff. It's awkward. And you don't want to hear it. You want to make everything professional. And then you're trying to do everything you can to further your career. And you're working late till 9 o'clock at night. And you're tired. But no one seems to really care. And guys have it easier. Let's face it. Guys have it easier.
Yeah.
Well, I don't believe that guys have it easier. I think, to be honest, there's this whole feminism movement that's been going on the internet. I don't know if you ever checked it out or whatever, but I think everybody should be treated equally. Yeah.
That is feminism. That's all we're asking for.
Yeah, everybody should be treated equally. You know, like women shouldn't be like treated as goddesses. Men shouldn't be treated as gods. You know, everybody has to be at the same level. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, I think that's what I think that's what it is to be
a feminist. We're just asking for equality.
Yeah.
And she's just. I think they're pointing out in the song that she's trying to have to work harder and still have to deal with these other issues.
People like, you know, asking her when she's going to settle down.
Yeah.
And
it's like, well, I'm trying to further my career. I can't do both. But if you're a man, it's easier. No one judges you if you wait until you're older to get married.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, that's it. Let us know what you thought. Or if we're missing other K-pop music videos that are, I guess, more progressive or address these issues more directly. Or if you disagree with us. It's, give us a tweet. It's at #KArea. So let's move on to our next segment. It's been a wonderful treasure find. It's a fun song. And, you know, I'm not sure they're direct enough in this song in describing what it's about. But it's called Aurora. Or the artist is Aurora, if I'm pronouncing that right. And the song name is Grab or Bite.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Emergency, have you had a chance to check out this music video?
Yes, I saw it. And I think it's a bit extreme, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, having stuff like that on the screen, like, that's a little overboard. Especially, like, in the K-pop. I mean, I understand that, like, we had a couple songs that were kind of crazy. But, I don't know. This is definitely a, what do you call it, a WTF type of video. It's like, what is this? You know? So, yeah.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, it's a really, you know, it's similar to Robin Thicke's
Blurred Lines.
Yeah, Blurred Lines. In its sort of aesthetic style. It starts off with, but the actual content is slightly different. Actually, it's very different. So
it's about penises.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. So Nurse Joyce kind of, you know, made fun of us for how giggly Supermatic and I were for talking about butts. So it was time for us to look at penises. So
you came up with this, okay?
Yeah. So you know, it shows a banana, two balls next to the banana, a rubber
it's a balloon
going over the top of the banana, a girl's chest being sprayed with whipped cream.
And seeing the girl like take the banana and squeeze it,
yeah,
it falls apart, makes me want to just curl up in a ball and hide myself someplace because that looks painful.
Well, she also you know, sucks the banana very carefully.
So you gotta be careful if she's gonna grab it or bite it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she strokes it at one point, and then she also squeezes it, and the top falls off. So, yeah, it's Aurora, and it's a wonderful treasure find, and it's only 1 minute long.
Yeah, I actually thought it was quite funny. And it's definitely spoofing off Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines because he even got the white suit down. Yep. It's just got pink polka dots, I guess. I don't know, indicating some kind of venereal disease. And he's like cross dresses in it, and like really emphasizes the butt and the boobs.
Yep.
So I mean, it's goofy, but hey, I don't know. I enjoy dick jokes more than most people because I'm weird like that. But I don't know. It was. I mean, yes, it's pretty provocative, and especially for K-pop standards. But heck, somebody's got to do it.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. Yes, it's
It's wonderful.
Supermatic was making a joke. It is a WTF. It's weird things found.
Yep.
Wow, that's funky.
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff in that video.
Yeah,
Say that.
well, that's freaky. You know, this video. Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of this week of K Area. Let us know what you thought of this wonderful treasure find. I think Aurora has other fun, not so subtle music videos. So if that's your thing, you know,
and they're all only a minute long. So for those of you with short attention spans, no need to worry.
Well, if you can only last a minute, you know.
Well, if there's songs about butts, there must be songs about penises.
Right.
Yes, that's right.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
There's a classic.
So, actually, we had an episode that we recorded where we reviewed Dancing King and whatnot, and I didn't get a chance to actually create a poll following that. So, I think maybe the question is, we do something similar again, which is, man, who's the real MVP puppet?
Yep.
Yeah.
So is it the pink bear
From Exo's
Dancing King, or is it sexy saxophone cat
Yeah.
from the Crayon Pops?
Doom Cheat.
Cheat. All right, so that's it for this. If you want to join the conversation again, just give us a tweet at hashtag K Area. That's KAREA. I'm at DJ Peter Lowe.
I'm at Supermatic with an O. That's SOUPERMATIC.
And for a first,
I know. I joined Twitter like 2 days ago. No joke. I am very late and I'm very confused on how to use it. But I'm nurse_Joyce.
Yep. And DJ Emergency, where can people find you on the social media?
At DJEmergency.com on Twitter, on Facebook, official DJ Emergency, and just go to DJEmergency.com. There's all my links there, my remixes, all that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week, guys.
Bye.
See ya.